25 Black Hollywood actors who were drunk all the time that will shock you. Welcome to our channel, Legends of Black Excellence. In today's video, we're diving into the shocking stories of 25 Black Hollywood actors who were drunk all the time. From rising stars to seasoned legends, many of these actors faced personal struggles with alcohol that impacted their careers and lives. You won't believe some of the details we're about to reveal. Stick around for a closer look at the hidden battles behind the scenes. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was undeniably one of the most influential comedians of all time, known for his fearless and groundbreaking comedy. His raw, unfiltered humor tackled taboo subjects, including race, addiction, and personal struggles, all of which made him a trailblazer in stand-up comedy. However, behind the laughs was a man struggling with his own demons, especially his battle with alcoholism and drug addiction, which impacted both his personal and professional life. Pryor's relationship with alcohol and drugs was well documented. His wild behavior off stage was often as famous as his performances. In the 1970s, he was frequently intoxicated, with many of his performances marked by erratic behavior and substance-fueled chaos. His addiction spiraled out of control, with reports of wild partying, erratic drinking binges, and use of drugs like cocaine. One of the most infamous incidents in Pryor's life occurred in 1980, when he set himself on fire while freebasing cocaine. The incident left him with severe burns and required months of recovery. This moment, as shocking as it was, highlighted the depth of Pryor's addiction struggles. Despite his battles with substance abuse, Pryor's comedic genius was unmatched. He went on to achieve unparalleled success, including winning several Grammy Awards and starring in iconic films such as Silver Streak and Stir Crazy. His comedy touched millions, and his openness about his struggles with addiction helped pave the way for other entertainers to address their own personal challenges. Richard Pryor's story is a tragic yet inspiring one, showcasing the dangers of addiction and the complexities of fame. His life reminds us that even the most brilliant talents can be consumed by their own vices, but his legacy as a revolutionary comic remains unshaken. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, the legendary singer and songwriter, is often hailed as the Queen of Funk, known for her powerful voice, dynamic stage presence, and timeless hits that shaped the music industry. Born on March 23, 1953, in Great Lakes, Illinois, Khan rose to fame as the lead singer of the funk band Rufus, where she delivered iconic songs like Tell Me Something Good and Ain't Nobody. Her solo career, which included hits like I'm Every Woman and Through the Fire, solidified her as one of the most influential artists of her generation. However, behind her musical success, Khan struggled with addiction and personal turmoil, particularly with alcohol and drugs. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, she battled substance abuse, which began to affect her career. Despite achieving success, Khan's personal life was filled with challenges, including difficulties with maintaining relationships and dealing with the pressures of fame. Her struggles with drinking and drugs persisted for over a decade, during which she faced health issues and career setbacks. Khan eventually sought help, with her turning point coming after a conversation with her friend, the legendary singer Etta James. Inspired by James, Khan made the difficult decision to quit alcohol and drugs, ultimately embracing sobriety. Since then, she has used her story of recovery to inspire others, becoming a role model for those dealing with addiction. Chaka Khan's journey from addiction to recovery and her enduring legacy in music is a testament to her resilience and strength. While her battle with addiction was a dark period in her life, Khan's music continues to inspire and uplift, securing her place as one of the most iconic voices in music history. Redd Foxx. Redd Foxx, born John Elroy Sanford on December 9, 1922, in St. Louis, Missouri, was a pioneering comedian and actor known for his bold and irreverent humor. Often called the King of the Party Records, Foxx gained national fame through his stand-up routines, which were filled with raunchy humor and social commentary. He also became a beloved figure through his role as Fred G. Sanford on the popular TV sitcom Sanford and Son, which aired from 1972 to 1977. Foxx's portrayal of the cantankerous but lovable junk dealer made him a household name and earned him a place in television history. Despite his career success, Foxx's personal life was marked by struggles with addiction. His drinking problem became a well-known aspect of his life, with reports of him drinking heavily, even during work hours. On set, it wasn't uncommon for him to be visibly intoxicated or under the influence, and it was an open secret in Hollywood. He often used alcohol to cope with personal issues, and his behavior became increasingly erratic. There were even rumors that he would show up to work drunk, which caused tension on set and made his colleagues uneasy. In addition to alcohol, Foxx also faced financial difficulties and struggled with gambling, which put a strain on his career and personal relationships. Despite these challenges, his comedic genius was undeniable, and his humor never wavered, even when his personal life was in turmoil. Fox continued to perform stand-up comedy, but his personal issues eventually overshadowed his comedic talents. Red Fox's life serves as a reminder that even the most successful individuals can struggle with addiction and personal demons. While his comedic brilliance and lasting contributions to entertainment will never be forgotten, his struggles with alcohol and gambling are a sobering reminder of the complexity of fame and the challenges that many face behind the scenes. Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr., born on December 8, 1925, in Harlem, New York, was one of the most multi-talented performers in entertainment history. A singer, dancer, actor, and comedian, Davis became a member of the legendary Rat Pack alongside Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. His contributions to music, film, and television made him a cultural icon, and his smooth voice and dynamic performances earned him a place among the most influential entertainers of his time. However, behind the glamour of his successful career, Davis battled with personal struggles, particularly with alcohol. His drinking became a serious issue during his rise to fame, especially as he took on more work and distanced himself from his family. At one point, Davis admitted that his reliance on alcohol, alongside other substances, was a way to cope with the pressures of fame and his difficult personal life. His marriage to actress Mae Britt suffered due to his drinking, and his behavior was increasingly affected by his substance abuse. Davis's struggles with alcohol reached a breaking point when doctors warned him that his liver had suffered significant damage and that continuing to drink could be fatal. This wake-up call pushed Davis to quit drinking, and he made a commitment to sobriety. However, he continued smoking, and his health issues remained a concern throughout his life. His decision to quit alcohol was a pivotal moment, marking a change in his approach to life and his career. Sammy Davis Jr.'s legacy is defined not only by his groundbreaking contributions to the entertainment industry but also by his personal journey of overcoming addiction. His story serves as a powerful reminder of the toll that addiction can take on even the most successful individuals, but also of the strength it takes to break free and continue pushing forward. His impact on Hollywood, music, and pop culture remains immense, and he is remembered as one of the true trailblazers of his time. Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is widely regarded as one of the most iconic actors of his generation, known for his distinctive voice, commanding screen presence, and wide range of roles. Born on December 21, 1948, in Washington, D.C., Jackson's career spans decades, and he has starred in some of the most memorable films in Hollywood history, including Pulp Fiction, The Avengers, Django Unchained, and Snakes on a Plane. His performances have earned him critical acclaim, making him a staple in both blockbuster franchises and independent films. However, Jackson's journey to stardom wasn't always smooth. Like many in Hollywood, he faced personal struggles, and his most well-known battle was with substance abuse. In the 1970s, after moving to New York City, Jackson began using drugs, which became a major issue as he attempted to establish himself as an actor. During this time, he struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction, and his career prospects were hampered by his personal problems. Jackson's turning point came in the 1980s, when he made the conscious decision to get clean. His addiction reached a critical point, and after hitting rock bottom, he sought help and entered rehabilitation. With the support of his family, especially his future wife, LaTanya Richardson, Jackson was able to overcome his issues and turn his life around. He made a successful comeback to acting, and his career took off in the early 1990s. Today, Samuel L. Jackson stands as a living legend in the entertainment industry, known not just for his remarkable acting career, but also for his resilience and determination in overcoming addiction. His story is a testament to the power of personal transformation and the importance of seeking help when needed. Jackson remains an advocate for overcoming addiction and continues to inspire others with his personal and professional achievements. Flip Wilson. Flip Wilson, born on December 8, 1933, in Jersey City, New Jersey, was a groundbreaking comedian and actor who became a trailblazer in television. He is perhaps best known for hosting The Flip Wilson Show, which ran from 1970 to 1974. His variety show made history as the first network television show to feature an African-American comedian in a prominent role, earning him widespread acclaim and 2 Emmy Awards. Wilson's sharp wit, unique comedic style, and memorable characters like Geraldine made him a beloved figure in entertainment. Despite his success on television, Wilson faced personal struggles, particularly with substance abuse. His battles with alcohol and drugs began to affect his career, especially in the 1970s. Though Wilson's show was a major hit, the pressures of working on a weekly series took a toll on him, leading to exhaustion, burnout, and a lack of creative inspiration. Additionally, his struggles with substance abuse became public when he was arrested for drug possession in 1981, an incident that added to his growing troubles. The legal issues, along with his health problems and struggles with substance abuse, led Wilson to step away from the spotlight in the mid-1980s. His popularity began to wane as he stopped making public appearances and reduced his involvement in entertainment. His career never fully recovered, despite his occasional return to TV guest spots and stand-up performances. Flip Wilson's story is one of immense talent and groundbreaking success, mixed with personal demons that affected his professional life. He paved the way for future African American comedians on television and remains a pivotal figure in the history of TV comedy. His struggles with alcohol and drugs are a reminder of the pressures that can come with fame, but his lasting impact on comedy and television is undeniable. Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, born Scott Mescudi on January 30, 1984, in Cleveland, Ohio, is a multifaceted artist known for his influential contributions to both hip-hop and alternative music. As a rapper, singer, and producer, Cudi became a trailblazer in the music industry, offering a unique style that blends introspective lyrics with experimental sounds. He gained widespread recognition with his 2008 mixtape A Kid Named Cudi and his breakthrough single Day and Night. His music resonated with listeners, particularly due to its emotional depth and themes of mental health, loneliness, and personal struggles. However, behind his success, Cudi faced significant battles with addiction and mental health issues. His struggles with alcohol and drugs, particularly in the late 2000s and early 2010s, began to overshadow his career at various points. In 2010, Cudi openly discussed his challenges with substance abuse, admitting that he used drugs to cope with the pressures of fame and the emotional toll of his personal life. Despite his rising fame, his inner turmoil continued to affect his mental health and creativity, leading to periods of isolation and self-destructive behavior. In 2016, Kid Cudi's struggles became even more public when he checked into rehab for depression and suicidal thoughts. The artist shared his decision to seek help with his fans through social media, emphasizing the importance of mental health and the need to confront one's demons. This act of vulnerability helped many fans connect with him on a deeper level, and Cudi became a strong advocate for mental health awareness. Since seeking treatment, Kid Cudi has worked to turn his life around, focusing on sobriety and self-care. His subsequent albums, including Passion, Pain and Demon Slaying, and Man on the Moon 3, The Chosen, have shown a more mature and introspective side of his music, resonating deeply with fans. Cudi's story is one of resilience, highlighting the importance of self-awareness, seeking help, and using one's struggles to create something meaningful. He continues to inspire millions with his openness about mental health and his journey toward healing. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, born on December 28, 1954, in Mount Vernon, New York, is widely regarded as one of the most talented and versatile actors in Hollywood. Known for his commanding screen presence and intense performances, Washington has earned multiple awards, including 2 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor in Glory, 1989, and Best Actor in Training Day, 2001. Over the course of his career, he has portrayed a wide range of characters in films such as Malcolm X, The Hurricane, American Gangster, and Fences, establishing himself as one of the industry's leading figures. However, like many stars, Washington faced his own personal challenges, particularly with alcohol. In his younger years, he struggled with drinking, a habit that was not uncommon among actors in the stressful, high-pressure environment of Hollywood. Washington has openly discussed his struggles with alcohol and how it began to affect his personal life, particularly in his early career when he was balancing the pressures of fame with his responsibilities as a young man. As he reflected on his past, Washington explained that he had to come to terms with his dependency and its negative impact on his life. By the time he turned 60, Washington made the decision to quit drinking entirely. He spoke candidly about how alcohol was taking away precious time from his life, leading him to miss valuable moments with his family. The realization that each lost day to a hangover was a day of his life he would never get back motivated him to make a change. His decision to get sober was not just about giving up alcohol, it was about reclaiming control over his life, career, and family. Denzel Washington's commitment to sobriety has helped him focus more on his work and personal well-being. It also led him to prioritize his health and his relationships with those closest to him. His story is a powerful testament to the importance of making life-affirming decisions and the strength it takes to overcome personal battles. Washington continues to inspire not just with his remarkable acting career but also with his dedication to living a balanced and meaningful life. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, born on August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, was one of the greatest voices in music history. Her powerful soprano voice, impeccable vocal range, and timeless ballads like I Will Always Love You and The Greatest Love of All catapulted her to superstardom in the 1980s and 1990s. As one of the best-selling music artists of all time, Houston's legacy was defined by her chart-topping albums, groundbreaking performances, and unparalleled influence on pop and R&B music. However, despite her extraordinary success, Houston's personal life was marked by struggles with addiction. Her battle with substance abuse, particularly with drugs and alcohol, began to overshadow her career in the late 1980s and 1990s. Her tumultuous marriage to singer Bobby Brown further complicated her personal struggles, with both parties openly battling substance abuse, which led to public scrutiny and damaged their public images. Houston's struggles with addiction began to take a visible toll on her performances, and she started facing difficulties in maintaining her health, both physically and emotionally. Houston's addiction problems were well documented by the media, with reports of her erratic behavior and canceled performances. Despite multiple attempts at rehabilitation, Houston's addiction remained a constant challenge in her life. Her once glowing career began to suffer as her substance abuse spiraled out of control, leading to a series of personal and professional setbacks. Tragically, on February 11, 2012, Whitney Houston was found dead in her hotel room at the age of 48, just before the Grammy Awards. Her death was ruled as an accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use contributing factors. Houston's death was a devastating loss to the music world and her legions of fans, leaving behind a complicated but brilliant legacy. Whitney Houston's story is one of immense talent, incredible highs, and tragic lows. While her struggles with addiction marred her later years, her voice and impact on music continue to inspire generations. Her legacy serves as both a celebration of her unparalleled vocal gifts and a reminder of the challenges that many public figures face behind the scenes. Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday, born Eleanora Fagan on April 7, 1915, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was one of the most influential jazz and blues singers of all time. Known for her distinctive, emotive voice and deeply personal delivery, Holiday became a pioneer in the world of music, leaving a legacy that still resonates with audiences today. Her ability to convey raw emotion through songs like Strange Fruit, God Bless the Child, and Summertime cemented her status as one of the greatest vocalists in history. However, behind her musical genius, Billie Holiday struggled with deep personal demons, particularly addiction. Her relationship with drugs and alcohol became a significant part of her story. Holiday began using substances at a young age, with her substance abuse becoming more problematic as she rose to fame. Her use of alcohol and drugs, including heroin, became a coping mechanism for the emotional pain she carried, stemming from a difficult childhood marked by poverty, sexual abuse, and abandonment. Holiday's addiction took a heavy toll on both her personal and professional life. Her once brilliant career began to falter as her battles with substance abuse led to arrests, health problems, and an inability to consistently perform. Despite these struggles, her talent remained undeniable, and she continued to record and perform throughout the 1940s, though her health was deteriorating. Her addiction spiraled out of control, and in 1959, Holiday was arrested for possession of narcotics. Tragically, she died on July 17, 1959, at the age of 44 from cirrhosis of the liver, a consequence of her years of substance abuse. Her death marked the end of a brilliant yet troubled life. Billie Holiday's legacy is one of unparalleled musical influence, but also a cautionary tale of the destructive power of addiction. Despite her tragic life and struggles, Holiday's voice continues to inspire generations of artists, and her music remains a touchstone in the worlds of jazz, blues, and popular music. Her impact on music and culture is timeless, and her story serves as both a celebration of her artistry and a reminder of the personal battles that many face in the pursuit of fame. David Ruffin. David Ruffin, born on January 18, 1941, in Winnett, Mississippi, was a legendary figure in the world of Motown music and is best known as the lead singer of The Temptations during their golden years. His distinctive voice, featured in timeless hits like My Girl, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, and Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me, helped define the sound of 1960s soul music and solidified The Temptations as one of the most influential groups in music history. However, despite his success, Ruffin's personal life was marred by struggles with addiction. His increasing dependence on drugs and alcohol led to tension within The Temptations and ultimately caused his departure from the group in 1968. His addiction issues and erratic behavior began to affect his performances and interactions with band members. His relationship with the band became increasingly strained as he began to miss rehearsals and performances, often arriving late or under the influence. Ruffin's addiction problems worsened after leaving the Temptations. Despite his undeniable talent, his personal struggles overshadowed his career. He attempted to launch a solo career but was unable to recapture the success he had with the group. His personal life was turbulent, with relationships strained by his substance abuse and erratic behavior. Ruffin's health also began to deteriorate, and by the 1970s, he was largely living in obscurity, battling his demons in private. David Ruffin's life and career tragically ended on June 1, 1991, when he died of a cocaine overdose at the age of 50. His death marked the end of a promising career that was tragically cut short by his addiction. Despite the personal struggles that plagued his later years, Ruffin's contributions to music are undeniable. His vocal ability and influence on soul and R&B continue to resonate with music lovers and artists alike, ensuring his place as a true legend in the world of music. T.I. Clifford Harris. T.I. Clifford Harris, born on September 25, 1980, in Atlanta, Georgia, is a multifaceted artist known for his significant contributions to hip-hop as a rapper, songwriter, and producer. With chart-topping albums like King, Paper Trail, and No Mercy, T.I. solidified himself as a key figure in the rap game, known for his unique blend of southern hip-hop and mainstream appeal. His rise to fame in the early 2000s marked him as one of the most influential voices in the genre, earning him Grammy Awards and a loyal fanbase. However, behind the music, T.I. faced several personal challenges that threatened his career. In the mid-2000s, he became entangled in legal troubles, including a conviction for federal weapons charges in 2007, which led to a prison sentence. This scandal was a significant blow to his public image, and T.I. struggled with balancing his career with his legal issues. His time in prison, along with his ongoing issues with the law, affected his professional trajectory and cast a shadow over his personal life. Beyond his legal battles, T.I. also faced struggles with substance abuse and the pressures of fame, which caused him to turn to drugs to cope with his stress and challenges. He publicly admitted to his issues with addiction and the toll it took on his relationships, especially with his wife, Tiny Harris. However, over the years, T.I. worked to overcome these struggles, using his experiences as a teaching moment to help others. His journey to sobriety and his efforts to reform his image have earned him respect within the entertainment industry. Today, T.I. is regarded not only for his musical talent but also for his efforts to give back to the community, with a focus on activism and mentorship. His career, though marked by setbacks, continues to thrive, with T.I. remaining a prominent figure in both the music industry and social justice movements. Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier, born February 20, 1927, in Miami, Florida, was a legendary actor, director, and activist who broke numerous barriers in Hollywood. As the first African American to win an Academy Award for Best Actor in Lilies of the Field, 1963, Poitier became a symbol of racial progress in the entertainment industry. His film career spanned decades, and he is best known for his roles in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967, To Sir, With Love, 1967, and In the Heat of the Night, 1967, films that challenged societal norms and addressed racial issues head-on. However, despite his groundbreaking success, Poitier's life wasn't without personal struggles, including the pressures of navigating Hollywood as one of the first black leading men. In his autobiography The Measure of a Man, Poitier opened up about the sense of isolation he felt as he broke racial barriers in an industry that often relegated black actors to stereotypical roles. This constant battle took a toll on his mental and emotional well-being, but Poitier remained steadfast in his mission to represent black excellence on screen. Beyond acting, Poitier faced battles with substance use, particularly in his earlier years, as he turned to alcohol to cope with the stress and isolation that came with being a trailblazer in Hollywood. However, Poitier's personal and professional growth allowed him to overcome his struggles, and by the time he reached his 60s, he had distanced himself from his past vices, focusing on living a balanced life. Sidney Poitier's legacy is not only marked by his accomplishments in film but also by his role as a pioneering figure who changed Hollywood for the better. His courage to confront personal and societal challenges continues to inspire generations of actors and activists, making him one of the most revered figures in cinema history. Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence, born on April 16, 1965, in Frankfurt, Germany, is a renowned comedian, actor, and producer who became a household name in the 1990s. Known for his energetic comedy and sharp wit, Lawrence's breakthrough came with his stand-up specials and his popular TV show Martin, 1992 to 1997, where he played a brash yet lovable radio host. His success on television was complemented by a successful film career, starring in hits like Bad Boys, Big Mama's House, and Blue Streak, which solidified his status as one of the most recognizable actors in Hollywood. However, behind the scenes, Lawrence faced significant struggles, particularly with substance use and mental health. In the late 1990s, while riding high on his success, Lawrence's personal life began to unravel. He struggled with substance abuse, which contributed to a series of incidents that tarnished his public image. In 1997, Lawrence was arrested for possession of a firearm and a disturbance on the set of Big Mama's House. In the same year, he was hospitalized after an incident in which he reportedly had a mental breakdown on the streets of Los Angeles. He was later diagnosed with exhaustion, but it was widely speculated that his issues with alcohol and drugs had contributed to his deteriorating health. Despite these challenges, Lawrence turned his life around and regained his career footing. He focused on his health and sobriety, and by the early 2000s, he was back to making successful movies, including the Bad Boys franchise, which received critical acclaim and commercial success. Lawrence's story is one of resilience. He overcame personal battles that many thought would define his career and came out stronger, both professionally and personally. His journey serves as a reminder of the pressures of fame, the impact of addiction, and the power of personal transformation. Martin Lawrence continues to entertain audiences with his humor and authenticity, proving that setbacks don't have to define your future. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams, born on July 18, 1964, in Asbury Park, New Jersey, rose to fame as a radio personality and television talk show host, known for her bold and sometimes controversial opinions. She built her career in media with her outspoken style, unfiltered commentary, and interviews that often sparked intense reactions from both fans and celebrities. Her breakthrough came in the 1990s as a radio DJ, but it was her television show, The Wendy Williams Show, which began airing in 2008, that made her a household name. Her show quickly gained a loyal audience, thanks to her candid approach to celebrity gossip and her signature Hot Topics segment, where she delivered the latest news in pop culture with her distinct brand of humor. However, beneath her professional success, Williams faced significant personal challenges, particularly with addiction. Over the years, she opened up about her struggles with alcohol and drugs, including a period when she was a functioning addict, balancing her career while secretly dealing with substance abuse. Wendy's honest discussions about her own battles with addiction resonated with many of her fans, and she became an advocate for people going through similar struggles. In 2019, Williams took a hiatus from her show to seek treatment for her health issues, including addiction and mental health problems. She admitted that her struggles with alcohol and substance use had been affecting her health and well-being. Since then, she has worked on her recovery, while continuing to speak candidly about her experiences. Despite these setbacks, Wendy Williams remains a prominent figure in entertainment, and her journey toward sobriety continues to inspire others who are dealing with their own battles. Her honesty about her struggles and triumphs makes her not only a talk show legend but also a symbol of resilience in the face of personal adversity. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, born on June 30, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York, is one of the most iconic and controversial figures in boxing history. Known for his ferocious punching power and dominating presence in the ring, Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old. His rise to fame was meteoric, with his explosive performances and intimidating style making him a global sports sensation. Tyson's achievements in the ring, including winning the WBC, WBA, and IBF titles, solidified him as a boxing legend. However, Tyson's career and personal life were marred by numerous controversies, particularly related to substance abuse, legal issues, and erratic behavior. Tyson's struggles with addiction to alcohol and drugs were widely publicized, and he became known for his violent outbursts, both in and out of the ring. His personal troubles began to surface in the 1990s, including his conviction for rape in 1992, which led to a prison sentence. After his release, Tyson's career was never quite the same. His behavior continued to spiral, with his financial troubles, violent incidents, and substance abuse issues impacting his career and reputation. In the 2000s, Tyson's life hit rock bottom, and he became infamous for his struggles with addiction. At his lowest point, Tyson openly discussed his battles with alcoholism and drug addiction, admitting that his problems had caused him to lose everything, including his wealth and career. It wasn't until the mid-2000s that Tyson began to seek help for his addiction issues. In 2013, Tyson released a documentary, Mike Tyson, Undisputed Truth, where he reflected on his troubled past and journey toward sobriety. Tyson's story is one of redemption and resilience. Despite the many obstacles and setbacks he faced, he turned his life around, focusing on health, family, and self-reflection. His journey from a troubled, self-destructive athlete to a man who has found peace and purpose beyond the ring is a testament to the power of recovery and personal growth. Today, Mike Tyson is not only known for his remarkable career in boxing but also for his transformation and commitment to sobriety. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, born on January 29, 1954, in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, is one of the most influential women in the world and a media mogul whose impact transcends television. She became a global icon with The Oprah Winfrey Show, which ran from 1986 to 2011 and changed the landscape of daytime television. Through her show, Oprah captivated audiences with her empathetic interview style, tackling difficult topics such as mental health, addiction, and personal growth. Her genuine approach and ability to connect with guests and viewers made her a beloved figure, leading to widespread recognition and multiple awards. However, Oprah's rise to fame wasn't without its challenges. She openly shared her personal struggles, including a difficult childhood marked by poverty, abuse, and trauma. Her candidness about overcoming such hardships made her relatable to many people and established her as a symbol of resilience. Despite achieving great success, Oprah also faced battles with addiction. She revealed in interviews that, in her younger years, she struggled with crack cocaine, using it as a way to cope with stress and emotional pain. At a time when the topic of addiction was still taboo, Oprah's willingness to discuss her experiences in front of a massive audience provided support to others facing similar issues. In 1995, Oprah bravely admitted to using drugs in a revealing interview, which marked a pivotal moment in her career. Her openness about her addiction and the decision to seek help resonated deeply with her audience and further solidified her role as a leader in both media and personal development. Since overcoming her struggles, Oprah has focused on living a healthy lifestyle, dedicating herself to charitable causes, and becoming an advocate for mental and physical wellness. Today, Oprah Winfrey continues to inspire millions through her various ventures, including her own television network, books, and humanitarian work. She is a symbol of strength, transformation, and the power of vulnerability, proving that even the most successful individuals face personal battles, and that with determination and support, anyone can overcome them. Oprah's journey is a testament to the power of reinvention and the importance of self-care, helping to pave the way for others to achieve their potential, no matter the obstacles they face. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, born Eric Marlon Bishop on December 13, 1967, in Terrell, Texas, is a multi-talented actor, comedian, singer, and producer who has made an indelible mark on both the entertainment and music industries. Foxx rose to fame in the 1990s as a comedian on the sketch comedy show In Living Color and later starred in his own sitcom The Jamie Foxx Show, which showcased his comedic timing and versatility. His breakthrough in film came with his role in Ray, 2004, where he portrayed legendary musician Ray Charles, earning him the Academy Award for Best Actor. Foxx's impressive range also includes starring roles in films like Django Unchained, Collateral, and Dreamgirls, solidifying him as one of Hollywood's most dynamic actors. However, behind his professional success, Foxx has faced personal struggles, including battles with substance abuse. In his early years, Foxx was known for his party-loving lifestyle, indulging in alcohol and drugs. His heavy partying began to take a toll on his health and personal life, affecting both his career and relationships. At the height of his fame, Foxx struggled to balance the pressures of his celebrity life, which led to incidents involving substance abuse. Foxx has been open about his battles with addiction, including his struggles with alcohol and drugs, and has credited his friends and family for helping him turn his life around. In interviews, he has discussed how he used his experiences with addiction as material for his comedy and performances. Foxx's decision to confront his issues publicly helped him connect with fans who admired his honesty and resilience. Over time, Foxx took control of his life, focusing on his health and well-being. He became more conscious of his lifestyle choices and made efforts to prioritize his physical and mental health. Today, Jamie Foxx is not only known for his brilliant career in entertainment but also for his transformation, demonstrating that personal struggles do not define one's future. He remains a beloved figure in Hollywood and an inspiration to many, proving that redemption is possible with determination and self-care. Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy, born on July 12, 1959, in Brooklyn, New York, was a comedian, actor, and writer best known for his work on Chappelle's Show and his hilarious, often outrageous storytelling. He was the older brother of legendary comedian Eddie Murphy, and although Charlie initially stepped into the shadow of his famous sibling, he carved out his own comedic legacy. His True Hollywood Stories, which recounted wild encounters with celebrities like Prince and Rick James, became some of the most memorable sketches from Chappelle's show, showcasing his sharp wit, infectious energy, and storytelling prowess. Despite his career success, Charlie Murphy's life was not without its struggles. In his early years, he faced the challenges of growing up in a difficult environment and trying to make a name for himself in the entertainment industry, a field where he often felt overshadowed by his brother's fame. However, it was Murphy's unique voice and lived experiences that allowed him to stand out and eventually succeed as a comedian and actor. Behind the scenes, Charlie Murphy struggled with substance abuse, particularly alcohol and drugs, issues that were common within the world of comedy and entertainment during his rise to fame. His wild lifestyle, which he openly discussed in his stand-up routines and interviews, had a significant impact on his personal life and relationships. In 2017, Murphy was diagnosed with leukemia, and despite his health battles, he continued to work, creating a new wave of comedy that reflected his personal growth and recovery. Sadly, Charlie Murphy passed away on April 12, 2017, at the age of 57, just a month after his diagnosis. His death left a deep void in the comedy world, but his legacy lives on through his memorable performances, his bold and unapologetic humor, and his ability to make audiences laugh while also connecting with them on a personal level. Murphy's career exemplified the power of overcoming adversity and embracing one's truth, making him an enduring icon in comedy and entertainment. Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, born Dana Owens on March 18, 1970, in Newark, New Jersey, is a trailblazing figure in the entertainment industry. Known for her multifaceted talent as a rapper, actress, singer, and producer, Latifah rose to fame in the late 1980s with her groundbreaking work in hip-hop. Her debut album, All Hail the Queen, 1989, marked her as one of the first female rappers to gain mainstream success, with the hit single Ladies First becoming an anthem for female empowerment. While she initially gained recognition in the music industry, Queen Latifah transitioned seamlessly into acting, becoming a beloved Hollywood star. Her role in the TV series Living Single, 1993 to 1998, made her a household name, and she went on to star in several successful films, including Set It Off, 1996, Chicago, 2002, and Hairspray, 2007. For her role in Chicago, Latifah earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, solidifying her status as a versatile and respected actress. However, behind her remarkable career, Queen Latifah faced personal struggles, particularly with substance abuse. After the tragic death of her brother, Lance, in a motorcycle accident in 1992, she turned to alcohol as a way to cope with the overwhelming grief. Despite the pressures of fame, Latifah remained relatively private about her struggles but has spoken candidly in interviews about how she sought help and eventually overcame her alcohol addiction. Latifah's recovery allowed her to focus more on her health and her career, and she continued to thrive both in music and acting. She went on to host her own talk show, The Queen Latifah Show, and produced various projects through her production company, Flavor Unit Entertainment. Over the years, Queen Latifah has become a major advocate for self-care, mental health, and overcoming adversity, using her platform to inspire others facing their own personal challenges. Today, Queen Latifah remains an influential force in entertainment, with her work spanning various genres and her impact felt across music, television, and film. She continues to be a role model for empowerment, self-acceptance, and resilience, showing that it's possible to overcome personal struggles and reach the pinnacle of success. Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan, born on November 10, 1968, in Brooklyn, New York, is a comedian and actor known for his irreverent humor, energetic personality, and memorable performances on Saturday Night Live, SNL, and the hit TV series 30 Rock. Morgan's career began in the stand-up comedy scene, but it was his time on SNL, 1996 to 2003, that propelled him into the spotlight. His hilarious characters, including his role as the unpredictable and absurd Tracy Jordan on 30 Rock, earned him widespread recognition and several awards, cementing his place in comedy history. However, Morgan's life has not been without its challenges. In the early stages of his career, he struggled with substance abuse, which affected both his personal life and professional relationships. Morgan's battle with alcohol and drugs was well known in Hollywood, and he faced several incidents linked to his addiction. Despite this, he remained a prominent figure in the entertainment industry, using his comedy as an outlet to cope with personal struggles and connect with others. In 2014, Morgan's life took a dramatic turn when he was involved in a horrific car accident. He was severely injured in a crash that occurred while he was traveling home from a comedy tour. Morgan's injuries were life-threatening, and he spent several weeks in a coma. His recovery was long and arduous, but Morgan was determined to return to the stage and continue his career. His comeback was nothing short of inspiring. He not only overcame the physical and emotional toll of the accident but also came back stronger, using his story as fuel for his comedy. Today, Tracy Morgan is regarded as one of the most resilient and influential comedians in Hollywood. His journey from addiction to recovery, his perseverance after the car accident, and his ability to turn his struggles into comedy have made him an inspiration to many. Morgan's legacy is not just defined by his comedic talent but by his strength in overcoming life's obstacles and his unwavering determination to keep making people laugh. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, born on May 13, 1961, in Trenton, New Jersey, is one of basketball's most colorful and controversial figures. Known for his eccentric personality, flamboyant style, and unparalleled skill as a rebounder, Rodman became a household name in the NBA during the 1990s. He played for several teams, including the Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, and Los Angeles Lakers, winning 5 NBA championships throughout his career. His ability to dominate the boards, despite his smaller size for a forward, earned him the reputation as one of the best rebounders in NBA history, with Rodman securing a staggering 7.5 rebounds per game over his 14-year career. However, Rodman's personal life often overshadowed his athletic accomplishments. Throughout his career, he became notorious for his eccentricities, including his outlandish hairstyles, tattoos, and public relationships. Off the court, Rodman's reputation was built around his controversial actions, including his volatile behavior, run-ins with the media, and antics such as wrestling matches and highly publicized marriages. He was married to actress Carmen Electra. His rebellious attitude and refusal to conform to traditional expectations made him a cultural figure, but also led to numerous controversies. One of the most well-known and shocking aspects of Rodman's life was his battles with addiction. Throughout his career, he struggled with alcohol and substance abuse, which impacted both his personal and professional life. His outbursts, erratic behavior, and off-court issues led to multiple suspensions and strained relationships with coaches, teammates, and the media. Despite these struggles, Rodman has remained a beloved figure in the world of sports and pop culture. His basketball talent was undeniable, and he made a remarkable recovery after retiring from the NBA. He later used his platform for peace-building efforts, notably in his high-profile friendship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, which sparked international debate. Rodman's life story is a complex one, marked by a mix of brilliance on the court, troubled off-the-court behavior, and an enduring desire for attention and redemption. Rodman's legacy is a mixture of athletic excellence and personal turmoil, but ultimately, his story remains one of reinvention and resilience. His ability to rise above challenges and remain in the public eye for decades proves that while his path may have been unconventional, his impact on both basketball and pop culture is undeniable. Billy Dee Williams. Billy Dee Williams, born April 6, 1937, in New York City, is a legendary actor and artist best known for his role as Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars franchise. With his smooth charm and striking good looks, Williams became a cultural icon, particularly for his portrayal of the suave gambler and entrepreneur in The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, and Return of the Jedi, 1983. His presence in Star Wars solidified his place in Hollywood history, but his career extends far beyond that. Williams' acting career spanned several decades, with standout roles in films like Mahogany, 1975, opposite Diana Ross, and Lady Sings the Blues, 1972, where he showcased his talent in both drama and romance. However, behind Williams' polished public image, his journey was not without personal struggles. In the 1960s and 1970s, he was one of the few black actors to break through in leading roles in major Hollywood films, but his path was not without its challenges. Williams faced the harsh realities of racial discrimination in an industry that often limited opportunities for black actors. Despite these barriers, his undeniable talent and charisma earned him recognition, making him one of the most beloved actors of his generation. In addition to his acting career, Williams is also a talented artist, with his work in painting and art often reflecting the same smooth elegance seen in his on-screen roles. While he achieved great success, he also endured personal difficulties, including struggles with substance abuse during the peak of his fame. Despite these challenges, Billy Dee Williams has remained a respected figure in Hollywood, often sought after for his contributions to both film and art. Today, Williams continues to inspire with his resilience, talent, and enduring presence in both pop culture and the art world, proving that even amidst personal struggles, one can create a lasting and powerful legacy. Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell, born on May 22, 1970, in London, England, is one of the most iconic and influential supermodels of all time. With her fierce presence, striking beauty, and groundbreaking career, Campbell became one of the first black models to achieve worldwide fame. She rose to prominence in the late 1980s and 1990s, becoming a muse for top designers and a regular on magazine covers. As one of the Big Six supermodels, alongside Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, Christy Turlington, Kate Moss, and Claudia Schiffer, Campbell redefined the modeling industry, breaking barriers for black women in fashion. Throughout her career, Naomi Campbell worked with some of the most prestigious designers and photographers, appearing in campaigns for brands like Versace, Chanel, and Dolce & Gabbana, and gracing the covers of top fashion magazines. She became a symbol of elegance and power in the fashion world, but her career was also marked by controversy due to her volatile temperament, which often made headlines. Campbell's fiery personality and well-publicized incidents, including run-ins with the media and legal battles, became a central part of her public persona. Behind the glamour, Campbell faced personal struggles, particularly with addiction. In the 1990s, her struggles with alcohol and drugs became increasingly apparent, and she has since admitted to using substances to cope with the pressures of fame and her hectic career. Despite the challenges, Naomi Campbell sought help and turned her life around, using her story to raise awareness about addiction and the pressures of the modeling industry. Today, Naomi Campbell continues to be a major force in fashion, with her influence extending beyond the runway. She's worked as a television host, an activist, and a philanthropist, using her platform to champion social justice causes, especially those related to diversity and inclusion in the fashion industry. Naomi Campbell's legacy is not just that of a supermodel, but also as a trailblazer who opened doors for black models and women in fashion, showing that perseverance and self-empowerment can overcome even the most challenging obstacles. Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith, born on September 18, 1971, in Baltimore, Maryland, is an actress, singer, and businesswoman who has built a successful career in Hollywood. Known for her versatility and candid personality, Pinkett Smith rose to fame in the 1990s with her roles in films like The Nutty Professor, 1996, and Set It Off, 1996. She solidified her place in Hollywood with her role in the Matrix trilogy and continued to shine with her performances in Gotham and The Matrix Resurrections. However, it's not just her acting that has garnered attention. Pinkett Smith has also made headlines for her openness about personal struggles. In the early stages of her career, Jada battled with alcohol and substance use, which she later discussed publicly in interviews. She has been candid about how her emotional struggles, particularly within her marriage to actor Will Smith, led her to rely on substances as a coping mechanism. Over time, she confronted these issues and focused on her well-being, becoming a vocal advocate for mental health, self-care, and personal growth. Jada's journey to sobriety and self-discovery became widely known through her Facebook Watch series, Red Table Talk. On the show, she and her family openly discuss personal experiences, including addiction, mental health, and family dynamics. Jada's willingness to be vulnerable in front of millions has made her a role model for those dealing with their own struggles. Her journey highlights the importance of confronting personal issues head-on and using one's platform to create change. In addition to her acting and activism, Jada has worked as a producer and singer, further demonstrating her multifaceted talents. As an influential figure in the entertainment industry, Jada Pinkett Smith's legacy is one of resilience, openness, and a commitment to personal and collective growth, making her not only a successful Hollywood icon but also a powerful voice for self-empowerment and healing. The struggles with addiction faced by these black Hollywood actors remind us that even those in the spotlight can battle their own personal demons. From alcoholism to substance abuse, these stars' stories are both shocking and eye-opening. What do you think about the pressures these actors faced in the entertainment industry? Do you believe the pressure of fame played a role in their struggles? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Legends of Black Excellence, for more stories that bring light to the challenges and triumphs of Black Hollywood. Your support helps us continue sharing these important stories.